let's talk about my finished crochet cardigan and wrist warmers. Rochelle here, and I'm back to talk about some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so today I am so excited to present to you some of my finished crochet projects. I just love crocheting, and yeah, these make me very happy. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all about the yarn that I use and the pattern, and I have my notes here so I don't miss anything. So this is the Boho Cardigan by Whistle and Wool. Now, this is a paid pattern. So the yarn that's called for in this pattern is an Aran weight yarn. Now, the yarn that I used, it's a worsted blown weight yarn, but it still worked out really, really well. So before I tell you all the yarn that I use, I did want to say about the pattern. So the pattern does not include the bust circumference. It's kind of a weird kind of sizing that it has. And basically the sizes are based on your clothing measurement, which I'm not the biggest fan of because depending on the clothing brand, you might wear different sizes. I much prefer bust measurements or bust circumferences. But anyway, that's no problem. I was able to figure it out. But basically, so your size range depends on the clothing size. And so the sizes range from an extra small up to a 4X. And that is a size 2 to a size 22. So I think a size 22, it's a pretty good range. It would be nice to see a few more sizes because I'm on the top range of that. Not quite the top, but pretty close. So I actually crocheted the size 2XL, and that's a size 14-16. I don't necessarily wear a 14, but I can fit into a 16, but I'm going to tell y'all, pre the pandemic, I am definitely more like a size 18. Definitely. I haven't been shopping in a while, but I definitely would say I'm more of a size 18 now, but I did block it, so it fits really, really well. It fit well before I blocked it. It was a little snug around the bottom portion, but once I blocked this, y'all, I'm so happy with it. Okay, so the yarn that I used 5 skeins of Cascade Cantata. And so this yarn is 70% cotton and 30% superwash merino wool. And let's see what else. So each skein is 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. That's 218 yards, 200 meters. And so it's a wonderful yarn. It is a blown yarn. I like that about it. It's really nice. It does have a slight halo to it, which causes a certain problem. This yarn does shed. I found that out the hard way. One day I had gotten ready. I had gotten dressed for worship, and I get there. Actually, I think it may have been after worship. I'm not even sure, but I look down at my black dress and there's nothing but this blue, these little blue pieces of yarn and specks, and yeah. It's fine. But just something to keep in mind. If you use this yarn, it does shed. So, something to think about. Now, in terms of the hook size, I did use a USJ, which is a 10 size hook. Nope, not a 10. Okay, so it's a J10, which is a 6mm crochet hook. Yeah, it's interesting, all the terms for a crochet hook. Some people will say a US 10. Some people will just say a J hook. And then some people will say a 6mm hook. So, yeah. So, I wanted to tell you all my thoughts on this cardigan. So, the cardigan is made up of double crochets, which I love. Super simple. Not a big deal. It's really nice. And it is constructed in one piece without any seaming. I love that. One piece, It's amazing. You don't have to worry about sewing anything. Love that. Also, I love the large sleeves. And so I will show you all what this looks like on a little bit later. But these long sleeves are everything. They're so large. I don't know if you call these like bat sleeves or what you would call these, but they are amazing. I love them. And also, one thing I really, really enjoy about the pattern is that there are pictures along the way. It's not a difficult pattern at all. It's just sometimes like when you're going from, let's see, when you're going from like the body to the sleeve, you kind of see like this L shape here. That part can be a little bit tricky. So there's actually pictures in the pattern that kind of shows you like what it shall look like along the way. And I really appreciated that because I did get a little bit turned around because I was like, wait a minute, something is not lining up. And basically she just tells you like there's a certain way you have to flip that row to make it have like that really nice look. And so I really appreciated that. But it is beautiful. I love it. And I love the back detail. So it's almost like you have these two panels. And I'm going to look in the viewfinder to make sure I'm telling you all exactly what I want. But yeah, you see these panels here? These solid panels. And then you have the lace portion and then another solid panel. I just think that is beautiful. It really is. And then it kind of continues on the sleeve, which is nice. So you have these solid pieces and then you have lace panels and more solids. I just think it's, you know, absolutely beautiful. And I am just so happy with this cardigan. Let's talk about the wrist warmers. To me, like, you know, it's all about the accessories. Yes, the cardigan is great, but the accessories is really what sets it off. And so I was thinking, like, what kind of accessory do I want with this cardigan? I was like, I could do a hat, but I really don't want to do that. You know, like, what can I do? And so I saw these wrist warmers. And so these are called the Elegant Wrist Warmers by Julie Fort. And this is a free pattern. Now, it calls for Aran weight yarn. However, of course, I use the exact same yarn that I use for the cardigan. So love that. And even like after using 5 skeins, I still had one left. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. And the label is torn. But anyway, there's nothing that, you know, a little tape can't fix. But yeah, so I used the same yarn because I had a lot left. And yeah. So that's what I did. And so in terms of sizes, it's only available in one size, but it is totally customizable. And I actually had to customize it myself. And so they don't require a lot of yarn. I was able to use, I think it was like, it was a little over a half a skein. I actually have all the details of like how much yarn I used in my Ravelry page. So I'm actually going to leave the link to my Ravelry page so you all can look at that, because I have like the exact amount of ounces it took to make these. But it was a little over a half a skein. I think it was like 0.8 something. So doesn't take a lot at all. And I love the lace detail and the little thumb hole. Love it. And it's just amazing. Get that? I mean, the length is wonderful. I would love to have a pair of wrist warmers that go even further up. And when it comes to wrist warmers, I kind of had to like eat my words a little bit, because I've always said that wrist warmers, fingerless mitts, fingerless gloves are totally useless. That is something that I used to feel. But I think depending on the stitch that you use, they can actually keep you warm. I always thought like they can't really keep you warm. But this here, I wanted to go for like a really nice lacy detail to kind of match the lacy detail that's going on with the cardigan. And I just thought that this pattern was absolutely beautiful. Just the lace detail is a fantastic. And basically it just uses the V-stitch, which again, if you know how to double crochet, you can totally figure out how to do the V-stitch. But yeah, using the V-stitch gives it like this really nice lacy look that is just absolutely beautiful. I love these, and they're not really going to keep me warm, but they are nice and decorative. And I think that there's something that I can wear all year round with different outfits. And I don't know, I just think it adds like a bit of elegance to it. So hence the name Elegant Wrist Warmers. I really like that. So the only problem that I had with these gloves is that after I had crocheted them exactly like how the pattern says, they were way too big, like super, super big. So I did have to slightly modify. I ended up like undoing my seam, because you do seam with these. It's just one simple seam that you do. It's not a whole lot. So I undid my seam. I had to rip out 4 rows, y'all. 4 rows to make this fit. So I ripped back the 4 rows, I re-seamed it back together, and now they fit perfectly. And I actually wore them all day, and they never slipped off. Never slipped off. I mean, just amazing. Like, they're so awesome. I think one piece of advice I would give, if you do decide to make these wrist warmers, is perhaps you can like measure the circumference of your lower arm. Maybe that'll help. I feel like that would have helped me. But yeah, after taking out about 4 rows, they fit perfectly. And like I said, they do not slide off. They stay put. And yeah, they're absolutely wonderful. And so I am just so happy with the entire set. I mean, it's so wonderful. Yeah, I'm really glad that I put these two together, and I got lots of compliments. And you know, that's not like the goal to get compliments, but it's something about, you know, making something with your hands and then people seeing the hard work that you put into it. And I'm going to see something. It's really weird. I get more compliments when I wear a crocheted piece than a piece that I knitted. And I've been trying to figure out why is that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like if you all have some theories, let me know. But it's like maybe because with crochet, it looks like I made it by hand, and not in a negative way, not in a negative way. But I think sometimes with my crochet pieces, it does look like something that I made with my hands. Whereas when I wear my knitted pieces out, it looks like something that I could have bought in the store, because, you know, with knitting can be done on the machine. And so a lot of times, like, I'll wear a knitted piece and no one says anything. But if I wear a crochet piece, it's like, oh, you made that, didn't you? I know you made that, didn't you? I don't know. It's just interesting. I would love to know you all's thoughts on that, especially if you're someone that knits and crochets. Like, do people, like, when you wear a knitted item, do people actually notice or ask, like, oh, did you make that? Or is it more so when you wear something that's crocheted? I don't know. I don't know the answer. It's just, that's just my own personal observation and, you know, what I've noticed in my life. And so I would love to know what you all think. Or if you're someone who just does like crochet, you know, how does it make you feel when people compliment you on your hard work? I would love to know. But yeah, overall, I'm extremely happy. I've already worn it out once, and I cannot wait to wear it out again.
It's been waiting for the right day, like the right day ever comes. Now it's Friday, and nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot to tap it up. Now I love.
Thank you all so much for watching. I really do just appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your comments and for sharing my videos. I am almost to 8,000 subscribers. Like, that is mind-blowing. Just thank you so much, and I really just appreciate it. Definitely, you know, follow me on all the socials, especially like Instagram, because I'm the most active there outside of YouTube. Definitely check that out. And yeah, let me know what you did while watching. I always love knowing, like, you know, what you all did, or maybe you just chilled out, you know, you took a break, chilled out. Yeah, that would be really, really great to know. So until next time, bye.